a 10.68 at just 94. Brian having some problems over in the right lane, but he gets the win because 1 through CC4 into their respective lanes. Of course, Super Stock 1, Super Stock 2, and Super Stock 3 are to be the very back of the lanes. So we're calling the categories to the staging lanes. But for sure, we need to make sure that Street Rod 3, Street Machine 2, and Street Machine 3 are at the front of the staging lanes, along with the CC cars 1 through 4. Okay, there is some oil, but it's past the Goodyear Bridge, which you see way down at the long end, past the finish.
Dual engine rail. As Dennis
again, a lot
left
of
in the car talking to John Uleberry, who's the driver. Larry Uleberry, his dad, is right there by the left rear tire, wiping his face off.
We're going to see some point champions decided here this weekend.
Covering John up to keep him cool.
Colonel isn't prepared with some more ham while they're down there cleaning up that oil. This is what we do good, fill spots when something else is going on. But this is the part us old-time racers like, because we get to talk about the kind of cars that you don't see very often. You unfortunately don't see very often. And one such car is standing in front of me. I'm looking at about 660-something cubic inches of small block Chevy. Everybody knows there's no such thing as a 660 cubic inch small block Chevy, so it takes 2 of them to get that kind of number. 2 of any kind of engines in a dragster is old stuff. Only people with cast iron stomachs, nerves of steel, and a wallet this big, or either that or a sugar mama at home, somebody's helping put something like this back on the road. Let's get to the bottom of this. And I'll ask the representative of this team to come up and introduce himself and tell us what I'm looking at.
Do it.
Since I don't really recognize you, and we haven't never done this before, why don't you hold the mic and talk to the crowd and tell them who you are and who this car is?
I'm Dennis Lanham. I'm from Flagstaff. And this used to be Jim Busby's car back in 1971. It had twin Ford Cammers in it. The ones they used to run in Indianapolis. He never could get it to qualify. The engines were too small and they just wouldn't produce enough power. He parked the car and sold the chassis to a guy here in Phoenix who ran a big block in it. Then it went to Holbrook and he ran a big block in it. And I finally found it 3 years ago and bought it from the guy, did a little research, found out whose car it was, and figured if it was a twin motor car, it'd be a good show machine. We put a couple of small blocks in it with a power glide. We've been trying to get all the bugs out of it now for about 6 months. Our best time was yesterday. We finally broke into the 7s. That's about all there is to it.
7s? With this big tub? How'd you do that?
Luck.
No, it wasn't luck. It was these guys and this driver. Luck is something you say, well, I had a little luck making it all the way down the other end, but it ain't luck that gets you down there. I'm going to ask the crowd to share my part of the applause. I'd like these guys to get a little hand for all the work that went into resurrecting this baby.
Good job, Dennis.
All right, the word is that we're clear down there, but while we've got just a second or two, I'm proud of lots of things, One of the things I'm proud of is that NDRA as an organization has got followers all over this country. There's 4,000 members from every state, from Canada, and from overseas. And when we were racing in Milan, Michigan in July, Milan, Michigan is a great place for super stockers, gassers, but it's real short on dragsters. And it's not that they don't appreciate those kind of cars, they do. It's just that that was never what you call real heavy dragster territory. Well, we had one dragster come out that just set the crowd's heart on fire, did some real great performance up there. They got a special award that we just had to give them because of dedication, the way the car run, the way it looked. And they called on the phone and said, "We can't stand all those racers at Firebird getting out like glory. Can we come out from Illinois and join you?" And we said, "Hey, we can't hold you back. Let's talk a little bit and find out who they are and where they're actually from." And your name, sir?
Beatty.
Mr. Beatty, why don't you hold on to this yourself? Tell the crowd, in your own words, a little about this and a little about these guys.
Well, the driver is my son, Rabbit Robert. The car's a 69 R&B. We had it stretched in the late 70s. It was the world's lightest top gas car. We've had the car since the early 70s, and we've campaigned with it quite a bit. And now that nostalgia's around, we wanted to give it a whirl. So that's why we came down here to see what we could do.
What town do you guys really come from?
Hometown, Illinois.
Don't tell me that. There's no such place.
There is. The city of hometown.
Is hometown near someplace, you know, like Chicago?
Yeah, it's right across the street.
Chicago is a suburb of hometown?
Yeah, right. You got it.
Let's get ready for some racing. You guys gonna do a duel? Are you guys gonna run against each other? Yeah. Well, I didn't have the nerve to tell you guys, but they're gonna do a real old style shootout here. Sometimes when you get a dual engine dragster on the track, you give the crowd 5 minutes to brace themselves, and you give the tech crew 2 or 3 minutes to get behind something. But we got real guts today, so we're going to run that dual engine dragster against that snarling injected Hemi from hometown, Illinois.
Jim Jinks against Dennis McCarroll and Charlie Smith against Todd Gribble. We need junior fuel in the lane number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come to life. 660 cubic inches of twin-engine Chevrolet. Cubic inches of blown and injected Hemi. Nostalgia drag racing at its finest here at Firebird International Racing. And the last of our 1990 race series, looking for more fun in 91 with the NDRA. The car all the way from Illinois is a beautiful front-motored injected nitro-burning Hemi Chrysler in the right lane. 660 cubic inches of twin-engine Chevrolet. Years progressed in nostalgia racing. Now they have a run.
Come on, John, do it to it, kiddo.
Bob Anderson, our starter, official starter with the NDRA from Raleigh, North Carolina. So let's bring him up. The twin-engine car